Resan för Bravado tog slut nu precis efter en tung förlust mot Cloud9. Vi har med oss racno från laget. First, tell us about your general impression of the event DreamHack.
Well, first up, DreamHack is epic. I mean, it's way above anything else we ever get to see. I mean, I've been to CPL as well, back when it was WSVG as well, Summer Games, and it's just on a whole nother level, it really is. I mean, just the general atmosphere and setting is phenomenal.
You just played two rough games. You placed in what could be called the group of death with three very good teams. What was your expectations before the event?
I think, you know, we've been really lucky enough. Valve put us up for the Inferno Online sort of boot camp, and it actually really opened our eyes to a lot of things. I mean, it's hard to say, you know, with scores and things like that, but I mean, the differences are so minute. I think that's the fundamental thing. You know, if you look at the C9 game, we did fakes, we did a whole lot of things, but it fundamentally just came down to fragging. And actually, if you have a look at the Fnatic game as well, I think we possibly could have gone maybe 2, if not 3 more terrorist rounds. And had we gotten the first round against them as CTs, which Olaf Master won a 3v1, you know, it becomes quite a different game, obviously. Coming from the lower seed, you obviously don't get to pick sides with the way the elimination process works, but we weren't unhappy with the maps we got to play the guys on, but ultimately it just came down to a little bit of fragging power here and there, not really strategy for us, so yeah.
This is obviously a great experience for you guys. Going back home to South Africa, what's the scene like back home?
Well, you know, the scene's quite top heavy in terms of there may be sort of 2, maybe 3 other teams that are really what you'd want to call worthy competitors, but it's definitely growing. One of our critical problems an area where we really have problems is in our servers, actually. I mean, you know, just sitting at Inferno Online, you just go on and you just go, like, you can do a deathmatch AMAP server day in, day out. I mean, jamming against the Virtus Pro guys, ESC, most of the teams that are actually coming here, you know, you just have so many servers and options available to you. And when I talk about like aiming and fragging, I really think it's refined there, and just it comes out in the clan matches. Like I said, I mean, most of the strategies, there's nothing really new that unfolds in the game or something that we're really saying, wow, that's an amazing strategy. It normally comes down to 1 or 2 individual moments of brilliance that are meshed together on a superior scale. And like I said, C9 game, really don't want to talk about that, but definitely against Fnatic, it came down to 1 or 2 of those little rounds. And I mean, you saw Hellraisers, who were, I mean, what, they won 4 terrorist rounds, and they ended up winning 16-14, just to show you, like, if you get onto the CT side and you're able to create enough momentum, you can do a huge amount with it. So I think versus C9, we just were never able to create momentum itself, though. But I mean, back home, like I said, the scene's actually good. Unfortunately, we just don't get to come here and do these things often enough. It's really expensive, and it's a long, long way to come. But hopefully, we can take a lot of what we learnt over here back there. But like I said, the differences are, I don't think it's a strategic thing. It's all about aim, fundamentally, at the end of the day, and hitting your shots, really.
Yeah, looking at your team and looking at the future, what's next?
That's hard to say. You know, 4 of us have been playing indirectly and directly with one another for like 7 odd years or so like that. We've come through 1.6, obviously play a little bit of CSS and now CSGO. And we picked up our last guy, Robbie Black Poison Delocca, we picked him up about 1.5 years ago. I mean, it's really tough to say because, you know, hopefully we'll be able to see a lot of younger players in our local scene, but hopefully they get to really take on what we bring back, hopefully, and that and another one of our teams, well, another 2 or so, and learn from that. I think it's really tough to understand when you're watching these demos and things like that, how well these guys hit their shots generally, and that's what it comes down to. You can have all the strategy you want, but it comes down to hitting your shots. And I think if you look at C9 versus versus Hellraisers early on, there's a clear, like, they just weren't hitting their shots. Suddenly they come up against us, they're making those shots, and it's a different side. I mean, you know, so we'll see. I mean,
well, good luck in the future, and I hope to see you on the next big tournaments. Any last words?
Yeah, just a huge shout out, obviously, to the South African community. You know, guys, No excuses. I think we'd obviously like to have done a little bit better. But, you know, all the support, really, really appreciate it. Obviously, all of our sponsors, just a huge thank you to you guys. You know, obviously it wouldn't be possible getting here without you. And again, just generally a CSGO community as an international base, I think what they're doing for the game with Valve and combination and great events like this, CS is on the rise again, and it's really, really awesome just to be a part of it. So thank you guys so much, and hopefully we'll get another shot at this sometime in the not too distant future. Thank you.